Hey, it's Bill, and you're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show, featuring the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer, right here on PARockshow.com, MegaRockRadio.net, and 107.1 FM, St. Louis, Missouri, altrock.ca in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, RootarooRadio.com on the beaches of San Diego, California, xrpradio.co.uk coming at you from the Highlands of Scotland, and buildascene.com/radio right here in the thriving metropolis of Leechburg, Pennsylvania. This is the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 629. With me tonight are two gentlemen from The Big Break. What's up, Ale?
Hello, how are you?
And John?
That's it, yeah. Got it perfect.
So what season is this? Is this 2 or 3?
This will be 3.
3. And the last time you were on, if I remember, we were talking about 2, correct?
That's right.
I was actually just talking to Sean from Primate about The Big Break the other day.
Nice.
He and I he was at the Wichita Music Festival this weekend, running sound for the metal stage.
Oh, cool.
So
right on.
See, now I have to play Primate.
Do it. Yeah, the Jids are by them, right?
Yeah, the Jids. They're also from Pittsburgh, and they're in this contest. I think they're the only band from Pittsburgh this season.
Who did you say was the Gents?
The Jids.
The
Jids. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with them. I'm gonna have to look them up.
Yeah, they're like a math metal.
Yeah, progressive. They sing a little bit though.
Vocals
like
right, yeah. They do a lot of.
They're impressive, stuff, yeah. They're like young too.
Super young.
Like the Crates too.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, for anyone who is not familiar with what the Big Break is, you want to give them a little bit of insight?
Yeah, sure. So the Big Break is a contest for Pennsylvania bands or musicians, original musicians specifically, where the winner walks away with basically the means of creating a EPK packet, or a kit, so like a press kit. So they get a music video, recording of one of their songs to go with the video, photo shoots, a whole lot of bragging rights. This season, we've also got some special prizes that are coming from Encore Studios. So they get I believe it's like somewhere around like $600 or $700 gift certificate to use there for whatever they want to do. So Encore Studios, they do recording, they have rehearsal spaces, they fix and tune instruments, so
a lot of gear they got.
Right.
Gear.
So they're really good. And so yeah, that's basically it. The first round, what makes this different, than most Battle of the Bands type of things is that the first round is the bands have to create their own DIY music video, and by DIY,
what is required? Because I know there were requirements to prove that it's a new video.
That's right.
What's hidden in this one?
So this season, the bands to prove that they've recorded this video in the allotted time. This season we had them. They had to put 3 items in there. It was a lighter, a cardboard box, and a vase. Or a vase.
Vase or vase.
Right.
weren't really hard on the spelling.
Right. I think that's about the same.
Yes.
So they actually, what's really interesting about this podcast specifically, and the timing, is that they have 6 days from today left to turn in their videos. So we've gotten 4 so far, and I'm expecting another 12 between today and Sunday night.
Really?
Yep.
Confirmed, like time slots?
Yep.
I'm trying to remember. I know last season it was a red balloon, a key, and I can't remember what the third one was.
Fork.
A fork. I got 2 of them.
Yeah, you did.
You did. That's
Good
impressive.
job. Good job. But yeah, so by DIY video, I mean like they can't go and hire somebody, you know, but they can ask for help. Obviously, you know, we've got a couple of solo, 3 actually solo acts this season. So obviously they wouldn't be able to shoot their own video. They need, you know, some assistance.
Who's that? Just Mark.
So yeah, we've got
Gus the
Just Mark,
Savage,
Gus the Savage,
and then
and Thanatos.
Yeah.
So
All solid.
A funny story that goes along with Primate's video. I actually, like, I have known of them and had been talking with them, but they didn't have anything recorded when I first started talking to them. And the first time I met Sean in person was at a show that I was doing photos at, which just happened to be the day that they finished their video.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Empty on the Inside, I believe was the name. And they actually wrote that song specifically for the big break last season. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Nice.
You know, to take that extra step, you know. But yeah, like we've got quite a variety of experience levels. You know, newer bands that have been around longer, younger folks, so you know, a little bit older.
To mention JB. He's melodic
JB,
rapper,
so
JB.
that's right, JB.
I've seen
So
him.
there's four solo acts. Yeah. But yeah,
What about genre? Are they all similar or all over the place?
All over. We've got, like you
2
said,
rap R&B.
Yep. So JB and Gus the Savage are like on the rap R&B side of the house.
I think Gus the Savage was in last year's, right?
He was.
Or last season.
Was.
I thought I recognized that one.
Yep.
I like that. That's Moxie. I know
Right.
he could he's gonna win potentially this one, or he'll win one.
I mean, if he
I
keeps
think
going,
if he
eventually,
keeps going,
right?
he'll eventually win one. I think.
Right. So and it could be this one. You never
He's
know.
smart. He's like, I just like it's good publicity either way. I'm like,
Yeah.
You're smart. Yeah.
But yeah, so we've got rock, rap, hip hop, a lot of I feel like there's a lot of kind of like I guess alternative grunge kind of like wouldn't really know how to classify it, so
And at this
there's a lot of
point,
cool
like,
stuff there.
The categorization from the bands themselves have been like on the list. It's absurd. Like the Boog goes by like I can't even think of it. It's that complex right now.
Pulp rock.
Pulp rock.
Ridiculous. Yeah, no, so when musicians sign up, one of the questions that we ask them is, you know, what do you categorize your genre as? And if you're a musician out there listening to this, you know that the hardest thing to do is to genreify yourself. Like, what genre are you? Well, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, this, that, right? You know, so it's really interesting to see how everybody, you know, classified themselves. And the Boog specifically wrote like 4 different classifications, and none of them are your general, you know, classic rock or metal or this.
There's potential they invented them.
I believe so. Yeah, but like this season, you know, like last season we interviewed all the bands. This season we interviewed all the bands as well, but we also gave them an opportunity to record, to perform one song after the interview, and we recorded it and did like a multicam, you know, mini super small production out of it. So those are all online on our YouTube channel, the Big Break channel. And we're calling that series, you know, we're going to continue doing those moving forward, and we're calling that series In the Break Room. So kind of going off of the Big Break, right? So In the Break Room, and I think there's like 12 videos on there, 12 or 14 videos on there right now. And they're all original, really good music. So I would definitely recommend checking those out.
Those are nice because, like, you know, you can with the interview, it's nice, but boom, you can go right to it. You
Right.
know?
Yeah. And it's like it's kind of like a
Second
stripped down version of what their normal song would be on stage, if they were to play it. So it's kind of like, I would kind of compare it to like Tiny Desk. If you've ever seen Tiny Desk, they do like the little mini 2-3 song, mini private show. So it's kind of like that.
Kind of like MTV Unplugged.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's actually how this show started, except the bands would come here and party every week and get drunk, and I would be the only sober person, and they would be playing live.
And you just had a camera there. Just like,
Yeah.
might as well. That's cool.
Yes.
No camera back then, just audio. We were live streaming to
Oh, what was how long ago?
2004 is when the show
Holy
started.
shnikes. So this is like
Did they have fire back then?
I don't think podcasts were even
Yeah, right around that time is when that term was
I
coined.
think it was still called internet radio then.
And that's really what I was doing. We were streaming live to Shotcast servers.
Isn't it weird like kids are gonna be like think of podcasts first soon than radio? Like whole generation's gonna be just like podcast babies.
I was just walking out with my daughters. There's a walking bridge, I don't know, a couple blocks from here.
Nice.
And their friends wanted to go across it, and my kids have never been to it, and I was like, I'm gonna go with you. And while we were walking, I was like, listen, we can't stay long because I have to do a podcast. And like my daughters are 11, their friends are like 10 to 13, and the one girl goes, what's a podcast? I was like, what?
For now, but like 10 years from now, every kid's gonna have an iPad. iPad kids are just be
Oh, kids are born these days with iPads in their hands, or some kind of of that generation that, and I think you're part of that generation too, where like we saw and we experienced life before the technology boom.
I owned an 8-track
right.
and vinyl before it came back.
Yeah.
And cassette tapes.
I got lucky. I was right on the fringe, like 94. So it was like
94.
Computers and stuff, but like no phones really. And then we got the phones, and then I was like, like kids are screwed after this. Like, because you can't. I'm so glad I got to replicate life without a phone until like 7th grade. So I had like a childhood without just run around. And then now I think it's kind of like over. Everyone's just got their phone with them.
Well, technology in the music industry has flipped the world upside down. The music world upside down. It's so different now.
Who knew that Lars might have been right?
I don't know.
That might have went over John's head because he said 94.
But I mean, the access of music is unbelievable right now. Like anyone in the world can,
Yeah, and that's a double-edged
nice.
sword
It's
because
double-edged.
it's great for the listener, but it doesn't pay, the artist
at all.
It's like pennies on the $100 of dollars, not on the dollar. So it's so now bands are mostly merch. Merch and touring is basically their money makers.
Coincidentally, that's why ticket prices have skyrocketed, because the bands aren't making money selling music.
Right.
It's their live show and their merchandise is where the money's coming from for them.
How do we, as a civilian, how do we help combat that? I guess you'd have to do a paywall with like a musician. Like, I feel like it's past the point, isn't it?
Back in the day, people would have to buy actual albums. They would have to go to, stores like FYE, but before then it was, I don't remember. There were a bunch of different ones. Gallery of Sound and all these different
vinyl
ones.
Which I think they're moving,
but the thing is, like back then, in order to get that song, other than hitting play and record on your tape player, and putting it up to the radio, the only way you could get those songs is to actually go out and buy the CD. Right. So that's like guaranteed money going to right, and now with streaming services and all that, it's just
I mean, it might be better off at this point for musicians just to stay independent. I mean, what about websites? Like, if all
I
the
don't know. I
artists have
think
websites that
right.
they stream their own like music from.
I think if a band is capable of being on their own, independent, and can do it all themselves, absolutely. But I think a lot of bands can do a lot of it, but are missing pieces, or you know what I mean. Like they may be really good at merch and social media, but they're not good at putting together a tour.
Right.
You know, they're not good at working with like iTunes and
They're
all
just
these
so
distribution.
creative in some
Right.
ways, like so born
you know.
for guitar or whatever they're playing.
So, if you can do it all yourself, I think it takes a right and left brain person, to be able to do that. And a lot of musicians, a lot of artists are artists, but not business. You know what I mean? So sometimes it takes a label to kind of, bridge the gap.
100%. Like that's like I
There's-
took a coding boot camp to learn how to make websites. Like, but at first I wanted to just play music, right? So, but then at the same time, I'm like, I'm already 20 years old. Like, how am I going to go about this? And I was like, I should learn how to code first, learn that type of stuff, really tough stuff, and then I'd be better able to handle that as a musician, and still like learning how to play while doing that. Because of that reason, because it's like if I know how to make my own website, why not just release it on my website? It's better than making no money. It's
Right.
making like just some money.
Right.
Like,
Well,
would that be
even
an
if you
issue, though?
just
Like,
know
would
the
they-
basics and you don't end up doing it yourself, at least if you know the basics and you know the lingo, you can make sure that whoever's doing it for you is not screwing you over, and you have that communication to be able to talk on the same level and get the results that you want. More
That's
clarity.
kind of build the scene and First Angel, which both websites are above us right here, buildscene.com, firstangelmedia.com. We kind of try and help build that gap, or not build the gap, break the gap and make it smaller. We do podcasting and radio streaming, and we do reviews, we do website design, we do EPK. When we're doing those things, we actually teach the artists how to maintain it so that they can keep going without paying exorbitant. I can't speak tonight. Amounts of money.
I know it happens. Exorbitant, you know, you can go
something like that.
Exorbitant. Yeah, I can even. I lost it.
Large amounts of money there.
So,
I should
but
have.
yeah, like it takes. I mean, just because you could be the best band in the world, the best musicians, the best everything, but if nobody knows about you, you gotta take those steps. So,
and it's I don't think I started what turned into Build the Scene in 1996, and didn't know I was. I was doing the same thing that John was doing. I decided I wanted to learn how to code websites. And while I was trying to teach myself how to do websites, I came across the band website, and I happened to know two people in the band, and their site wasn't complete. So I taught myself how to do a website by creating a mock-up of their website. And I showed it to them, and then I was doing their website officially. And
that's sweet.
And then their bass player's brother was in another band. Now I'm doing two websites. And then that other band broke up, and that bass player went to a different band, and now I'm doing that website. And now I'm at like 60 or 70 that are online now.
Nice.
What do you use? You use Webflow at all?
I actually use WordPress.
See, I hated WordPress, and then Webflow came along, and it's way better for my I think brain. Like it's pretty intuitive. You should check it out. Honestly, it's fun. But that's sweet. You got me kind of amped on because I have seen Arcade Fire's website. The one time I saw it, and I was like, wow, that'd be so cool to and it was such a nice website. I was like, that'd be so cool to rep a band I love. So that's sweet that you're doing that too.
I mean, there are bands like Motley Crue's website is definitely WordPress. Poisons.
Oh yeah, no, WordPress was good. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, what like?
And I knew how to raw code at that point. I learned how to raw code with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And then WordPress was giving me issues. I'm like, I can't do this.
1996, I made learning how to code in HTML. I was like, I was like 15 or something.
Listen,
I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have. There's no way. I had to do a boot camp because I tried the online. I was like, nope. There's no way. And I was just like, I need to be there and have them like shove it down my throat. That's so impressive, both of you guys.
I was a freshman in college in 1996. That's why there's white in this beard.
Oh, I got some white in here too. I won't talk about it though.
Yeah, but you can grow a mohawk.
Fair.
I can do a reverse mohawk.
Should.
Hey, John. So, new host this year, right?
New host. I'm jumping in season 3. I was a fan though fan first, which I always love. Like, with like, say if someone's replacing someone, if the guy's like a fan or the girl, whoever, I think that's like a nice added touch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It definitely more, like passion behind it,
right.
As opposed to somebody just being pulled off the street.
I was pre-amped, because I went to the show at Finnegan's, and it was a blast. Like,
last season, yeah.
I have a few cool pictures on the gram.
Nice.
And then it's like magically on the gram.
So there's 6 days before the videos are due. Who are you expecting videos from? You mentioned some of them.
Oh,
so the ones we do have are.
So we've got one from
flip-flops.
Yeah, running in flip-flops,
really
Cole, JB, and the crates. So we've got those 4. Man, I'm gonna pull my list out because I would hate to like call every band except for one, and then
right.
I 100% understand that, and that's why I edit the audio for the podcast, because I do that exact same thing all the time.
Yeah. So let me scroll down here.
Yeah, so far though, really good. Like, I feel so like blessed to be just watching them prior to the release, like. So far it's been great.
Yeah, we've got Cadillac Sound, Fiend Star, Gus the Savage. We got one from JB. Waiting for Just Mark, Stay Loud, The Boog, Isolation Band, Thanatos, The Jids.
Wait, what was that? That
Thanatos, The Jids, and Tainted Faith. And I don't know if you remember that they also competed last season. Tainted Faith did. So those 2 are returns.
Yep. Smart. Keep doing it. And then it is like exposure. Like Eyal is unbelievable with the camera. This guy is a wizard. Was formerly Phil in Colorado.
Phil in Colorado, yes.
Play on words. Phil Filkovsky.
Yeah.
He's done. Check out his, like, everyone out there. Check out his like actual YouTube page, and some impressive short films on there and stuff. Like,
thanks, man.
We actually have a prop right there. Who's that?
Yeah. That head right there. Yeah. That's from a short called Black Friday from 2012. So I was like 10 years old. Jeez. Can't believe that. 10 years old.
That's when I was graduating high school almost.
Hey, you got to stop.
Hey, I get it served though. Everyone's like Carlene, one of the, obviously we have also amazing PAs like alongside him too, like Harleen and Robin and Kyle. And Kyle's a filmmaker as well. But yeah, Harleen would get on me. She'd be like, "What are you, 19?" Which is like, yeah, I know. I don't.
Does your mom know you're here?
Yeah, I get it. I've gone into it too, though. Like, I love it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I gotta dish it, I guess, like once in a while.
Well, yeah. last episode was with Bombcat, and like they're 17 to 19.
Wow.
I forget what they said. I was like, listen, I'm old enough to be your dad. Don't talk like that.
And they're wild. Those are the wildest bunch. The crates are like that, and they just like one of their band members like took a dive on their skateboard, freaking wrecked up. But he'll be good. He'll be good.
Yeah, he got injured pretty good.
Yeah.
It looked like.
That's the move I would do, 100%.
Yeah, but like, like last season we had obviously the first round is the videos, right? They submit the videos,
and that's listener votes, correct?
Right. So so August 1st, if you go to the bigbreakcontest.com/vote from August 1st to August 31st, you can vote once every 24 hours. So there's going to be a poll with all the submission videos. You can go and vote every 24 hours. And 9, the top 9 from there will go on to the next round. The last season, round 2 consisted of 3 separate days, 3 bands per night, 1 band from every night going on to the finale. This season, we're doing it a little different. We're basically going to have a like a festival type of event for the second round. So it's going to be an all-day event starting at 2 p.m. at the V Spot in Scranton. And it's going to go up all the way until they close. So all 9 bands are going to actually compete against each other in that one day. And 3 of those will go on to the finale in October 8th. So,
and then you're going to have a few headliners there too, right?
Yeah. So we're going to actually have on the second round, the September 24th at the V Spot, we're going to have One Revived close out the set. They're a psychobilly band from around these parts, but they're really good. They're really good. We actually saw them the other night at Carl Hall, and their bassist plays an upright bass, and he was like throwing it around his head and stuff, and grabbed it and got on the floor. So he's got it like wireless, right? So he got on the floor, and he like jumping on it and standing on it and doing all these crazy things. Really, really cool. And then for the finale on the 8th, October 8th, we're gonna have last season's winner, Old Kentucky Shark. They're gonna be closing out that night.
We have comments coming in. Let's see what we have going on here. Lots of comments showed up.
Oh boy.
Let's see here. Robin Shunk.
Robin is on the team. Hey y'all. Hey Robin.
Hey Robin.
Yeah, Robin here. Yeah. So Robin, she does she's our slate bunny for sets. She does PA stuff. She does a lot. She's does a lot of like the description writings for all of our uploads and stuff like that. So she's really good. And obviously on set, whenever we're on set, we got some body parts and pickle jars.
That one scares me a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
With Nomad.
So running in flip flops. They the song that they played for us was it says Blast Funk. Never heard that before.
But
yeah,
Robin, check the Google Drive. They have like 3 on that one. On their website, it's like what you said before.
Live closer to the mic. We can't hear.
Nice.
That one's important.
Girl number 3. I appreciate
Girl
that.
number 3.
That's what it says.
But yeah, no. Running in Flip Flops played a song called Pickles, and one of their lyrics in there is.
Sorry, I'm popping them all up real fast. CD binders while driving around. I don't know why they just showed up all of a sudden.
I don't know.
I'm lucky I got to experience that too.
Yeah,
like,
that's
no
really
way
cool.
is that going down right now. Thanatos is in the house.
There they are.
What up? There he is. So yeah, like
There's
Right, true.
MySpace.
That's why MySpace is always better than Facebook.
Could you
Deep
imagine
down.
if MySpace was still around? Everybody
Kids
would be like
we need to
coders. We'd
revive
all be
MySpace.
coders.
We need to revive it.
I don't know.
They still do it, but it's not the same.
Sweet. I can't wait to see it.
Thanatos has dropped this video.
Yeah.
Let's go.
those of you that are what listening to the audio and not catching this, you got to watch the video now because I popped
Right.
all those comments up and didn't
Right.
read any of them because I'm a bad host.
No, you're good. I liked it. It was like a rush.
It was a rush.
They all just showed up at once. It was
Nice.
weird.
Nice.
Or you could just go to the videos on YouTube or Facebook, and although it looks like most of them are YouTube, go to YouTube. They're popping up on YouTube.
Nice.
Oh, and this comment, Dane Cook is still killing it on MySpace.
Except for his brother who like stole all of his money.
Hey,
I don't involve myself in drama.
Dane Cook. Look it up.
No, thank you.
so I know that the process of getting on to season 3 is pretty much over, but if there are bands listening that want to jump on season 4, how do they go about that?
Okay, so right now, if you go to the bigbreakcontest.com, in the section where we usually have you sign up, there's a different button that says stay informed or get informed or something like that. Basically, it's just a mailing list. You pop your email address in there, and when the time comes, for season 4 signups, we'll let you know through there. Season 4, we are opening up to New York and New Jersey. So we'll have bands from New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, obviously. So a little more competition there. Should be cool.
That's because you guys are on the northeast side of the state.
Right. We're so close.
Scranton.
Yeah.
We're in Scranton.
Scranton.
He's in
It's like a 4-hour drive from where I'm sitting. I know this because my son had a basketball tournament in Wilkes-Barre.
really nice.
They didn't win a single game.
It's good. There's a lot of good players come from Scranton too. My buddy Joe McCarthy is playing.
Do you know how one of these work?
I'm
Talking to this side.
It's good that we're breaking him in now because he's going to need to know how.
Well, I do it usually. It's usually not like this though. We're usually in a different setup. We got the
boom.
This is nice, but booms, yeah.
No, I haven't. No.
But yeah, my friend Joe McCarthy playing professional baseball. His brother Diamondbacks. Like some ballers around here for sure.
We do have a couple other things that merchbooth.com is a new online store that was launched here in Wilkes-Barre. And we have our first shirt up.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
And it is the I Love Johnny shirt.
Pretty pumped on it.
We've got another shirt coming up that's going to be added in there. And then we're going to have, once we know the 9 bands that are moving forward to the next round, we will have 9 additional shirts where you can rep your Joe and Jake are my cousins.
No way. Small world. Let's go.
Where you can rep your band at the live shows. And then at the live shows, we are also going to he's out of his element.
You're right.
They're on to you already.
You're out of your element.
Sorry, at the live show.
So we're doing raffles as well. So I just want to kind of go over a little bit of the prizes or what we're giving away. So the first 3 items are coming from they're donated by the Pennsylvania Cannabis Festival. And these are all passes for the Pocono 420 Festival in 2023. The first prize is a Super RV Pass, where you get a whole hell of a lot of different like spaces and rooms for your RV. So this does not come with an RV, by the way.
You have to
So
bring the RV.
so this is going to be its own like separate raffle because not everybody's got an RV. So that's going to be like a special thing. Another one is 4 single camp passes. And the third one is 6 official Pocono 420 event t-shirt.
Oh, it's Kyle.
Oh, that's
That's where I
Kyle.
knew it.
Yeah, that's right, Kyle. Kyle is our video guy. He's our main video guy for all of the interviews. He's also going to be leading the pack of cinematographers for our finale, where we're going to be doing multicam shoot with that, just like we did last season. So yeah, he's going to be kind of in charge of all that. But going back to the prizes, so those are the 3 from there. We've also got 2, I believe they're acoustic guitars, 2 acoustic guitars that were also given away in the raffle, as well as like t-shirts and, you know, all that fun stuff. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. Says that about does it, you know?
Yeah. That's, you know. You want to do your spiel? Can you
What?
do a spiel?
My freaking
Yeah.
rundown.
Yeah, do your rundown.
Do the sponsorship.
Yeah, and you
rundown.
gotta like stare at the camera the entire time you do
Then
it.
we get
Okay.
Here, wait.
go live into it.
Okay.
What's going on, guys? The Big Break, Season 3. Meet the contestants. We're on Breaking the Scene.
Build the scene.
My bad, I was going live off it.
No.
Building the Scene.
Build.
And we're also sponsored by Lindarella's Deli, the Cinderella story of deli meats and sandwiches. We're also brought to you by NEPA Scene, Rich Howells with an S for Superstar. And we're with ya, Encore Studios, up the island or down. Follow us on TikTok, Big Break. The live ones are the best though, like, because I like will try and be balancing like interviewing and then like Eyal being like, finish right now, and like right like rap, and then I'll take like I have to take like what they say and then use it like into the.
I think my favorite one that you did was when you did the Thanatos interview, and he was talking about you were doing your
Deathmatch.
the deathmatch question, right? Like what was 2 celebrities, and he said, I forget, he said one of them was Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
And then you went on and said, you know, there used to be a what was it? Like
I forget. Dude, I watched them, but like
there used to be a thing where people said like he took
the
a rib
rib.
out, he took a rib out or something so he can do something. Speaking of rib,
Yeah, I'm glad you said do something.
Deli,
there.
just the way he like spun it and went right into it, it was just hilarious. Man. It was just hilarious.
My favorite was Gus the Savage so far.
Yeah,
because it was like the first time I like actually like perfected it, and like I was like it was something rapping, like about rapping, and then I was just like speaking of rapping, like wrapping things up at Lindarella's.
We're about
super,
right.
yeah.
We're about to wrap it up. Speaking of raps,
Something
get
like
yours
that.
at Lindarella's Deli, 11 North Main Street, Swearsville.
I am terrible at segues, which I'm sure you guys have noticed, even though I haven't asked a lot of questions yet. I'm 3 questions in a song, which is my other podcast. I'm upfront about it. I'm like, listen, I'm just gonna rapid fire questions at you. We're not doing any segues.
Right. I don't think segues are the end all be all either. Like I happen to get good at them from Anchor app, the podcast app. Like they give an option where you could do a sponsorship read before all your podcasts, and they'll give you whatever you know if you're boosting numbers, like you're making a few bucks. I bought a hoagie from what I've made so far, so I had to do intros on my own. Like I was doing them all. I was like running in the woods in Florida, like in Ocala, like doing a podcast and just like doing an ad read.
See, here's my. Then I'll tell everyone this. I told you earlier the show started out as basically a party that bands played at, and we streamed it live. So there's never really been any kind of structure to this show. There's a little more now that it's being done over the video, but that's what I blame it on. I was like, listen, it used to be they showed up, they started drinking, I was talking to them, and it went wherever it went. So that's how it goes.
Right.
And I mean, we're on episode number 629, and the website gets over 300,000 hits a month. So something is working.
Something must have worked. Yeah,
Something's going well.
So I am going to throw what I call Pennsylvania Rock Show questions at you. I'm going to give you two. I'm going to cut you a break because we have been talking.
A big break?
Yes. So, John, you said that you were learning the code before you became a musician. So,
well, I picked up the guitar at 20, the first time in my life, like any intention of like learning. My grandfather had a piano that I learned like Jaws theme song on it by ear, but like wouldn't really go on it that much. Then at 20, I was staying with my sister on San Francisco. And like because of the I had less inhibitions, I think, and like there's a lot of judgmental people in my life, like growing up at some point, and I just never had the gusto to go for it. I was in like Haight-Ashbury, like loving life, like just crushing it, skateboarding, and I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna whack this guitar she has, look up YouTube videos, and now like I have my own PA system. Like I've played like live a little bit. I'm not there yet, but like I have a lot of stuff brewing right now, and it's been 7 years since then. But like I've done it like so rude, like so often, like even if it was 10 minutes every day, if you do it, 20, 30 minutes even. And usually when you play for like 5,
they say
you play for 2.
They say
2
every
hours.
day that you skip practicing a guitar, you lose 3 days or something like that of practice. So yeah,
that's great to hear. I didn't know that, but
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
makes my theory, like, because I went into it like I was like, I'm 20, like
The only time I ever really got into playing the guitar, I was stationed in South Korea for a year,
right.
and I got a Fender from an acoustic Fender from a little shop off base, and I played that like every day, and then I came back stateside and I would barely touch it. So
You're a drummer. He's a drummer. He's good though. He has a guitar here. He's
that's
playing.
Actually the guitar.
That's the guitar, right?
That's the one. That thing, I got that in like 2005, and I still have it, and it's in great shape still. So
yeah,
I can't believe 2005 is so long ago now.
I know.
What was that?
2005 is just so long ago now.
I know. That is
so weird.
Like...
It's so weird.
All right, so I'm going to throw the question at Eyal then. You ready?
Go for it. Yep.
As a musician, what is the best pizza that you've eaten because you were a musician? So either you were at a practice, you were at a show, you were on your way to a show, you're on your way home from a show. Best pizza that you can link to being a musician.
It's a good question. That's phenomenal.
So, man, I don't know if any of my Colorado people are watching right now, but there's a venue in Colorado, and I forget the name of it. I want to say Fillmore. No, it's not the Fillmore. But
I know.
There's a piece of place
about next to it. I was there.
inside
of it.
Yeah.
I went to see.
That's the pizza. I think just from like going to a show and getting completely trashed, and that pizza saving my life probably.
Right.
By absorbing some of the alcohol.
from alcohol poisoning. But
I think John is looking it up.
Which is weird
to
say.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I need to know now.
Which is weird to say because now we live, now I'm here at like the pizza capital of the world, right?
Hey, listen, we took a bus trip.
Right?
Took a bus trip to New York and ate pizza in New Jersey. So I get it.
Yeah.
We did have a hot dog from a street vendor, and I wasn't impressed.
The street vendors in Korea were really good. Chicken on a stick and Not sure if it was chicken, but but yeah.
All right. So while he's trying to find the name of the pizza place,
It's tougher than I imagined. Walnut Room. It might be the Fillmore.
I'm thinking it's the film.
I want to say, let me look up Fillmore because that came up. I was there too, though. I saw Camp Cope there. They're an awesome Aussie band.
I saw Chris Cornell at the Fillmore do a 3-hour set.
Shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do a 3-hour set of everything from Audio Slave, his own stuff. What's the other one? I can't think of it. But yeah, all his stuff. It was really, really good.
So this question is like the official Build a Scene question. I ask it almost every show. And Cal says, sorry, he keeps breaking in. I came back and heard pizza. What did I miss? The question was the best pizza that Eyal has had because he's a musician. All right. So this question, who is your Dave Grohl? And what I mean by that is, who would you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their originals? Yeah, because the Foo Fighters bring people up on stage all the time.
That is a really good question.
Probably the Strokes, Arctic Monkeys. I mean, I would have to be training pretty freaking hard for either one of those.
Tool, 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor.
Noah Rittinger. He does my current joys and my favorite surf rock band.
I'd rock out with like Rancid and
Surf Curse.
Trent Reznor's from Pennsylvania, isn't he?
I thought he was from New York. I could be wrong.
See, now I'm gonna hit Google.
Anti-Flag, they're from Pennsylvania.
They're from the Pittsburgh area.
Yep. So,
is it Marquee Pizza?
Marquee Theater, the Marquee. That's what it is.
That's it. Marquee Theater.
That's it.
And it's Marquee Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with my friend Lily Mayapolsky. She's an awesome musician in New York. She was visiting. I just moved there by accident. Was vacationing and then just moved.
Whoops, I'm in New York.
She was recording an album out there. She met a producer that's friends with my dad, actually, at Montage Mountain. She's playing a show at the ski resort.
Newcastle, PA. Trent Reznor's from Newcastle.
Really?
He's from this side of the state. That's, I don't know, probably about an hour from here.
Yeah.
Ricky Rocket's from here.
Really?
There's a lot of...
Brett Michaels is from Butler.
Isn't it Janis Joplin?
I don't know. I'd have to look that one up. Wiz Khalifa, not rock, but he's from Pittsburgh.
100%.
Mac Miller.
Killing it. Mac Miller. Oh, my God. Yeah, those two alone. My God. Mac Miller. I'm so sad about that. I got to see him at the Sherman, luckily.
I do want to throw this out there if anybody's listening and is interested or knows somebody that would be cool to have as a judge. We do have one spot open as for a judge. And
Marshmallow's from PA. Wow.
This next one, I can't believe I forgot. Rusted Root.
Rusted Root.
I was actually hanging out with Liz Berlin back in June from Rusted Root. I was in the green room talking to her at the Millville Music Festival in her venue. She owns the venue. It's Mr. Small's Theater. Cool place. It's a former Catholic church. There are 3 stages inside, and they can set up a 4th one outside. And they have a recording studio in there. They used to have a skate park. It's a cool place.
There's a place not far from here. They're trying to like crowdfund, kind of like use their venue, their music venue.
Keystone.
Keystone Stage Ramp Works. They have a cool coffee shop. Great, freaking. They had the ice cream parlor. It was great. And then there was a punk rock show. Like Fiendstar, one of the contestants, was playing when we were there.
We were just talking like last season. We were talking about how there's not enough all age venues around here, and then Keystone Ramp Works opens up.
Is
We're
that all
like,
age? Nice.
Yeah, it's all age. It's BYOB. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know if anybody's got any like questions for the big break that's out there listening, but
For sure.
now's especially if you've got questions about your video submission.
Oh, you mean actual contestants?
Yeah,
Well,
contestants
running in
or
front of boxes in there,
Thanatos is in there.
Yeah.
Now is definitely the time.
Yeah, 6 days, and then when this airs again, right? When you
It'll be on Friday,
so it'll be like the 2 days before it's due anyway. So
I feel like the Jeopardy music should be playing. Don't do it.
Oh wait, no, we'll get flagged.
You're gonna get us. You're gonna get us muted. Gonna get us muted.
Oh, you're right.
There's a question for you. Any last minute tips
for anyone in panic mode?
Whoa.
Don't panic.
We got iPhones. Borrow a cousin's iPhone if you need to. You know, like
So
at the very least.
this is what I will say. Okay, out of the 4 that we got, the 4 submissions that we got, I had to send 2 of them back.
That even more important.
Okay, I had to send 2 of them back for them to fix and send back to me. One of them, we spent hours just trying to get the video footage to me. Okay,
Right.
so if you're waiting until August 31st at 10 p.m. trying to get me footage,
July 31st. Don't
July 31st. Yeah, July 31st. Oh my
What'd you
God,
say?
I said August.
you said August.
July
yeah,
31st.
cancel
Yeah,
that.
I think they would know
If
about
you're
that.
waiting till August 31st, you'll be on
I
season
don't know.
4.
We had a band try to submit their video 2 months early without knowing that they were 2 months
Yeah,
early.
it's
So
They
yeah,
could
that
always
happened.
use that though. It went through, right? It was approved.
they never sent it to
But
me.
they never sent it.
No,
Okay,
I never
yeah.
got it.
They gotta send theirs then now.
They
too.
still got
Might
this.
as well, if they only have that, send it in. Do not wait.
Please
Yeah,
don't wait
do
until
not.
August.
Right, and if they don't say if they do it all, it's all great, and like the video's great,
Yeah.
audio's great, and then they don't have the 3 items. Is like get that approved, and then you could always edit after.
Right.
There's no
right.
limit, if as long as that you can
Yeah,
always
you can submit and resubmit as
Right,
many
yeah.
times as you want, but at least get me something. Yeah.
I mean,
It was really sad last season. Last season we had the stroke of midnight. Almost. It depends. If I get all of the videos before the stroke of midnight, I'll have them all uploaded and set in the poll.
right. That too.
If I get one at the stroke, like right before midnight, I'm obviously gonna have to upload it and add it to the poll and everything. So it might take, but I am gonna be up, from midnight till whenever the poll is ready. So it shouldn't be that long.
Yeah, this guy is unbelievable worker, master at his craft. It's been cool to see, just jumping right in. It was like
It's been a
last
fun
minute.
ride, that's for
It's
sure.
been wild, yeah.
It's
Destined
fun.
almost. I almost moved to California like literally 2 months before this. Try to do a hostel, not my kind of swing.
No,
Can't do dorms now. Never dormed in my life, and I thought I could do it. No, not happened. And then I was like,
That's
first time in my life, I was like rooted down into Scranton. I was like not trying to like move somewhere else. I was like, screw it. Like, I'm just gonna take what comes here, and then if California calls me, it calls me. And boom, got linked up with Sanctuary Studios Co. And they were together, and I did an internship with them. Still doing that, and that's how I got connected with the Big Break. And now we're with Encore Studios, and they're amazing too. Dan
they're
and
really
Robert,
good. They're really
Dan
good.
Dearborn, Robert McCann. I'm actually working on their website. It's almost live.
how close to almost live should we give the domain
Like
out?
right there, like they just need to buy a domain.
Oh, then don't give it out yet.
So-
you don't want someone to cyber squat it.
I mean, I literally like had been so busy that like I hadn't gotten to it, and I got like 2-3 straight days. I just like told my other boss like I got to get this done, like, and like had made a lot of progress. Honestly, there's gonna be a store too. You could buy, services. You can buy equipment. But but we do have to do some touching up. Is like, but we got a like 99% growth from like a 2-day span. So as it that way, not like it's live technically. I could release it right now, but
you won't.
I want it to be a good. I don't want to do a soft release. I want to go full in, like everything taken care of.
But for merch, though, I do want to say that we do have a couple of other contestants on merchbooth.com as well. And we also have our last season's winner, Old Kentucky Shark. They have their merch on there as well. And I think we've got a few more that the stores are popping up every day. And because merchbooth.com is from here, local, started local, a lot of local bands and, are jumping on, which I think is really, really cool.
I am trying to remember 570 Press.
Yep.
I think they're how I actually heard of you originally. But I set their website up and they maintain it, but I set it up for them.
They're good folks over there too.
We're linked together through DI Records, which is a record company out of Pittsburgh.
Yep.
So
I think Gus the Savage used to be, I think, signed with them. I'm not sure.
It's possible. I try and keep up with it, but as I told you, I'm like 60 to 70 deep now. And it keeps growing. I'm doing EPKs, which are basically just one-page websites now. And I've done 2 of those in the last 2 weeks, and I just talked to 2 more bands today about doing them. So I do a lot in the summer with that. And when the summer ends, I have to go back to school, so that has to slow down.
Really, I'm the opposite. I like to do it. I prefer to do it in like the winter, especially like fall before skiing.
Well, see, I teach Spanish, science, computers, and health. So
in the wintertime?
I teach kindergarten through 8th grade. So
wow.
Yeah, so August through June, end of May.
See, like my birthday's in August, so like from school I had the phobia of like missing out, like on like the birthday celebration. So like yep. But also like at the same time, like it also signified like summer's ending. Like my birthday was always like just right immediately after, like got home and just like the winds took over and they were just like whispering like it's over.
Yeah, for me that is the first weekend in August, which is Rock for Life concert series has their Rock for Life concert. I know that sounded redundant there, but they have Rocktoberfest, Gigaroo, Rock for Life Christmas, Rock for Life. Sometimes they have what do they call it?
Turkey Bowl.
No, it's something Irish drunken
Christmas.
Irish Drunken Metal Fest.
Nice. I like the sound of that. I got to come to that. Sometimes we get that here, like bagpipes we'll get, and then like these like British like boy band members will just show up at the bog like out of nowhere, and you're like, what just happened? And it's like perfect pitch. It's been like I'm 21 or 27, so 6 years. Like I've seen an evolution of like the older members graduate and then new, like, and they're bringing it always.
Well, that's going back to 1996 when I just turned 19, and I am now going to be 46 in November. I've seen a lot of evolution.
Right. Yeah, I wonder what they're going to be like. They probably get kicked out at a certain age, right? Like that's why they keep them, like they rotate. But actually, I've seen that, like in Scranton, you'll see stuff like that, and you're just like, okay.
That's like Mighty Bosstones. They're constantly going through. They got their main 2 or 3 guys, but everybody else is. I saw them at Red Rocks, and they were talking about it like that was the one and only time I saw them.
We should do the big break at Red Rocks.
Oh, Should do everything at Red Rocks.
Listen, I ask, and this can be our last topic because I have to play music in this hour. We're already at an hour just talking.
Okay.
But I ask a question probably every other show, asking the band what non-standard venue they would like to play at. And the examples that I give is Kiss played in the ocean to sharks, like they were literally in the ocean. And they were in shark cages. Obviously, my door just slammed. That was weird.
Underwater? Like, what do you mean? They were underwater?
In shark cages in the water. I don't know how. I watched it, though.
That is mind-blowingly probably, like, dangerous, right?
They probably played really slow.
Right.
And
Were they all together, or was it like separate ones?
I'd have to look again. It's been so long.
Watching that after that.
And then Metallica played at Antarctica. So those are my examples. But, those are really non-standard.
Right.
But Red Rock comes up all the time when I ask that question.
I would in that spectrum, I feel like Red Rock and like in terms of unusual, Red Rock in that the Kiss one is like 9,000 miles away from each other, right? Like opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah. But that is crazy. Like the band I saw actually at the Marquee Theater, Camp Cope, they did something I think with Audio Tree that like they were on water. Like it was like a stage on a river or something.
Yeah,
and they were super sketched out, but like it was huge. So unless like a tsunami came around, they'd be good.
A few years ago, I remember somebody like a band stopping traffic and getting on the back of like a flatbed and playing a show. Like, obviously cops and everybody was involved, but like I don't remember the band or where it was, but it was definitely like 2-3 years ago.
I saw it last 2 weeks ago. I was in Puerto Rico and there was a Walmart TV playing like a show. I didn't get to see who it was, but they were on top of like a building, I think in Dubai, and it was like lit up and it was insane. Like that would be one that would definitely be like super unusual but cool. Anything in Dubai, imagine next level is having the jetpacks come up. Shit. Oh, sorry. I'm selling myself out. I should use that. That would be cool if someone did that though. Like now I'd be cool with it. Like just seeing it like in somebody playing.
They can play in space, but nobody would hear them.
Yes.
Right.
I have actually had to explain that to bands.
Oh yeah.
That'd be so
like you do realize there has to be particles for sound. Right. Science, remember?
Right. Science.
I just posted a link in the video comments. I did not watch it ahead of time, but it is Kiss concert for White Sharks in Australia. It's a news report, and you can see them playing part of Dr. Love, it says. But again, I didn't watch it, so hopefully that's what it is. It is on Kiss Army Rocks.
Right now.
Let's see, 85,081 views. It was posted November 18th, 2019. So I do remember watching it. I just haven't in a while.
This is like, I'm so excited to watch this. Like, it is craziness that they could pull that off. Like that is terrifying. I would never want to do that ever. I'm good. Already been done. Don't need to prove it. Terrifying. Playing in the traffic jam from running in flip-flops. We love it.
So I have a story also linked to Kiss concert that goes along with this. We went to a Kiss concert. We were on our way home. There was an accident. We're sitting in traffic, and my brother was with us. It was my wife, my brother, and I. And my brother goes, I'm going to go for a walk. And he came back with ice cream.
At the Kiss concert?
No. In traffic on a highway.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They came back with ice cream. And he didn't even bring any for us.
Wow. That is like... That's flagrant.
That's
flagrant.
Yeah. Apparently there was a ice cream truck also stuck in traffic, and they opened up.
That's a genius move, but honestly, a total non-G move for not getting everybody else.
Right.
Did he have a large too? Like,
way to be punk rock, but not.
Yeah, for real. You got to come back for the soldiers right there. But I mean, like, and you guys probably was the traffic starting when he came back, and you can't even stop.
No, he could have went and gotten us.
He could have went back and got you guys.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why don't you?" I'm like, "I'm driving." And he's like, "Well, I don't want it right now." And he's just like, That's such a rude move. I'd be pissed. Like, get out of my car.
At least eat it on the way back and like hide all evidence. You know?
Well, he
Yeah.
got greedy. He didn't want to get lost.
Walk
That'd
back.
be, and then you guys are gone.
It should be pointed out that he's my little brother.
Fair little brother move. Then
Yeah.
No,
I would pull.
Okay.
I would do that. I actually came up in
He's-
Urban Dictionary.
he's paying back for years of
Yeah.
from you.
Listen,
I'm not gonna get you ice cream. Her.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not. I do have some stories about that I will tell you off the air. They're funny. I have made the mistake of telling some of my students, and that's what they remember. They never remember what you teach them. They always remember the outside, off the wall stories that you tell them. With that said, we are going to go ahead and call this one done.
Cool.
Make sure you check out the Big Break Contest, thebigbreakcontest.com. Voting starts on August 1st. Same address /vote. And you can follow that by following their website and all of their social media, which is also on their website. And, you know, I'm kind of making a thing out of this. So when you're ready for season 4, we'll do this again.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
With that said, this has been episode number 629 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. Check us out each and every Friday at buildscene.com and all those radio stations that I mentioned at the beginning. Please don't ask me what time they play the show because I don't remember. You have to go to buildscene.com and hover over podcast, go to the Pennsylvania Rock Show. There's a list right there. There's also an oldies station from your side of the state. I think it's oldiesxl.com that is supposed to be starting to play.
I thought you said Oi Station. I'm like,
Yeah, oldiesxl.com is going to play my unsigned rock and metal show over like midnight to 4 a.m. somewhere in there, because we don't really fit that.
right.
But hey, they asked. I said sure. Anyway, with that said, check us out next Friday.
Thanks.